Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with the blueprint. The major story here, NLC summons NEC, puts affiliates on alert over Ajaero's arrest. And the writers there, Amnesty, ITUC Africa kick, DSS source explains arrest. Serap urges Tinubu's intervention over raid on office. And another story here, 2027, Labour Party forecloses automatic ticket for Obi. Alex Soti declares senatorial reps other seats open to qualified Nigerians. And bandit attack, Benin Gwari Hospital, kidnapped nurses and patients. A really concerning development there. And Bauchi Governor fires Health Commissioner, appoints security aide. Another top corner there, that's the wife of the president, Idris, Tinubu's wife, that's Idris Mona's death toll of Niger tanker explosion rises to 59. That's the wife of the president, Remi Tinubu, mourning the death of those who were affected by the tanker explosion in Niger State. The toll is said to have risen to about 59 to 60. We move to the Punch newspaper now. Ajaero's arrest saga, DSS succumbs to pressure as NLC plans showdown. A Labour leader released ahead of NLC's 12 midnight ultimatum. PDP, Labour Party, others lampoon federal government over arrest, invasion. And 4 billion naira illegal arms, lawyers, absent stores, suspects arraignment. AGF plans to abolish pardon for convicted looters. And gunmen kill Anambra businessman after 10 million naira ransom, dump corpse in gutter. A sad one there. Now, at the top corner there, fuel landing cost rises. Marketers fear high Dangote petrol price. Refinery may beat down PMS price. Queues reduce as depot supply product. Those are some of the stories on the front page of the Punch newspaper. To the Daily Times now, DSS bows to pressure, releases NLC President Ajaero on bail. Now, the downstrip here, 2027, Labour Party denies OT presidential Guba Soul tickets, describes stakeholder summit in Abia as an illegality and a nullity. Now the downstrip, federal government boosts revenue with 4.3 trillion naira in tax collections in second quarter of 2024. And pensioners lament harsh economic conditions, demand federal government urgent intervention. Those are some of the stories you find on the front page of the Daily Times. To the New Telegraph now, still talking about the NLC president's arrest. Ajaero was arrested on request, security source is quoted as saying. And the writers there says Labour leader handed over to requesting agency, not in DSS custody. As secret police takes over Serap's Abuja office. NLC to take compelling action today, plans workers, CSOs, Nigerians, or places rather, workers, CSOs, Nigerians on red alert. Demands fuel price hike reversal, new minimum wage implementation. TUC, PDP slam federal government over arrest as SANS say terrorism is serious offense. And NANS calls for dialogue ahead potential nationwide protest. Nasima raises the alarm over state of nation's economy, says it's difficult time for companies. Forecast more firms will exit Nigeria as long-term outlook for economy looks bleak. Those are some stories you find on the front page of the New Telegraph. To the Leadership newspaper now. Labour stakeholders threaten showdown over Ajaero's arrest, demand his immediate release. DSS can justify action. Falano is quoted as saying, Sharp wants Tinubu to end intimidation. AirPC's petition against Ajaero withdrawn. Spokesperson. And APC postpones NEC meeting indefinitely. Outside Nigeria, U.S. election, Trump-Harris clash in historic debate. Some stories on the front page of the Leadership newspaper. To this Nigeria newspaper now. Ajaero arrest threat release. NLC president reportedly regains freedom amid outrage over initial arrest from Labour TUC Serap. He failed to honor earlier invitation by DSS, security source is quoted as saying. Labour Party faction withdraws 2027 presidential governorship tickets from OBOT. Flood destroys 7.8 billion naira properties in Bauchi. That's what the State Emergency Management Agency is quoted as saying. That's a worrisome development. Now, bandits abduct patients, nurses in Kaduna Hospital. Some stories on the front page of this Nigeria newspaper. To the Daily Independent now. Outrage trails arrest of Ajaero invasion of Serap's office. NLC puts affiliate unions on alert for possible industrial action. Summons emergency NEC today to take final resolutions. Demands reversal of hike in price of petrol to 670 naira per litre. TUC CSO's Amnesty International condemn arrest. Falana Aborishade Akinlade urged Tinubu to stop Serap invasion. And 2027 Labour Party withdraws sole presidential Gilbert tickets from P2B Alex OT. Now, Airpeace distances itself from Ajaero's arrest. Some stories on the front page of the Daily Independent. To the Guardian newspaper. Looming strike, Labour security agencies in deadlock are over Ajaero's arrest harassment. 2027 Labour Party strips OBOT of automatic tickets. All right. Bandits invade hospital, kidnap nurses, patients kill 7. A sad one there. And those are some stories on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Olamide.
Beginning here with the salient times and the big story here, why Ajaero was arrested, detained. That's according to an unnamed source. Airpeace distanced itself from NLC President Ajaero's arrest. Tinubu set a new record of impunity. Amnesty International says National Grid risk shutdown as electricity workers issue protest notice and also demand immediate release of Ajaero. Federal government exempt Versity's research grants from TSA. Another story here says bandits raid Kaduna Hospital, abduct nurses. Female police officer charged for stabbing herself to fake compensation claim. And on the 2027 election, Labour Party's presidential ticket no longer reserved for Peter Obi. That's according to Julius Abure. We know the sponsors of the End Bad Governance protest, PDP tells Tinubu. These are the major stories on the front page of the Salient Times. To the Platform Times, DSS releases NLC President Ajaero after arrest. Airpeace denies involvement in his detention. While we rejected less than 70,000 naira wage offer from Abia government. That's according to the NLC. China will mortgage Nigeria's future. Dangote refinery cannot save us. That's according to Primate Ayodele. Another story here says Ogun to release 100 CNG buses. That's the state governor reacting. Labour stakeholders officially write INEC over a caretaker committee. Enugu government raises alarm over sales of dead animals, issues stern warning. Obasanjo pledges commitment to Nigeria's literacy campaign, receives honor on International Literacy Day. Ocean Monarch, 4 others arraigned in Abuja over alleged illegal gold mining in Ondo State. Some stories on the front page of the Platform Times. To Nigeria News Direct, strike protest loom as NLC lock hands with DSS over Ajaero's arrest. Issues red alert. Maritime workers condemn the arrest, may shut down seaport. Ajaero's arrest not connected to police invitation. Falana says PDP accuses Tinubu of using security operatives to silence critics. Nigerian signs $1 billion MOU with CCECC for iron ore to steel projects in Kogi, Falano. Sonny Showore orders decry DSS raid on syrup office. AGF moves to scrap presidential pardon for corrupt leaders. Some stories on the front page of Nigerian News Direct. To the first news, Tinubu government under fire for Ajaero's arrest, Syrup's office invasion. A lawyer says a Abacha spirit has taken over the villa. President Tinubu set a new record of impunity. NLC demands the release as strike looms. IYC calls for Wike's arrest, condemns undemocratic comment. Police to Nigerians: do not give officers bribe. If you do not complain to us. Soludo denies sacking aid over a dance video. On the 2027 election, Abure-led Labour Party cancels automatic ticket for Peter Obi and Alex Oti. The federal government generates 2.47 trillion naira from company income tax in the second quarter of 2024. MBS report says, and Minister debunks VAT hike rumors, confirms rate stays at 7.5%. These are the major stories on the front page of the First News. To Daily News Hub. Labour spoils for war places workers' unions on a red alert. Nigeria risk fresh strike protests. DSS invades Syrup office in Abuja. We know the sponsors of the #EndBadGovernance protest, PDP tells Tinubu. Labour Party crisis worsens as Abure withdraws 2027 automatic ticket for Obi, Abia governor. Ondo PDP lied, labeling Ayedatiwa with zero achievements, says commissioner. Man kills grandfather, uncle for money ritual in Ibadan. Another story here says bandits raid Kaduna hospital, abduct nurses. The major stories on the front page of Daily News Hub. NLC places workers on red alert as reason for Ajaero's arrest of faces. That's the big story on Nigerian Tribune. Demands immediate release, threatens nationwide industrial action, which the DSS has released the NLC president. Man nabbed for allegedly killing grandparent's uncle in Ibadan. Bandits attack Kaduna hospital, kidnap nurses, patients. Federal government remands Osun traditional ruler for others for alleged illegal gold mining in Ondo. VAT remains 7.5%. Wali Edo says. Some stories on the front page of Nigeria Tribune. To the Nation. AGF 6 enter pardon for corruption. Fagbemi says we need law review to stop prerogative of mercy for those jailed for grafts. Labour Party withdraws 2027 automatic ticket for Obi. Ajaero released on bail hours after arrest. The major stories on the front page of The Nation. To the West. Abiodun releases 100 CNG buses in Ogun State. Sets up committee on transport fares. The buses need good roads to work. Opposition fires back. Water agency plans boreholes in 33 Oyo council areas. Donate motorcycles, sanitary materials to tackle open defecation. Those found guilty of corruption should not enjoy pardon. The Attorney General of the Federation is saying the agri sector growth declines to 1.41% in the second quarter of 2024, says a GDP report. 67 days to Ondo election. Labour Party continues in confusion as two candidates campaign for votes. APC postpones National Caucus NEC meetings indefinitely. The major stories on the front page of The West. Business AM. Petrol holds Nigeria's economy hostage as crisis disarms officials. Price hikes destabilize businesses' homes. Scarcity drives managers, consumers not. Economy disconfigured by a petrol crisis. That's the big story on the front page of Business AM. And finally, on Sporting Live, Iguavo orders Osimhen Lookman bomb Rwanda with goals. Kick-off 2 p.m. Nigerian time. Match to be played on grass turf. Eagles will not underrate the West. That's according to Trust Ekong. Osimhen has not apologized to me, Finidi says. Simon Lookman Osimhen can destroy any team. Raw ones Rwanda. And 9 junior Tigers players down with flu. That's Nigeria ladies to face Egypt in quarterfinals on Wednesday. The FIBA Africa Under-18 Afro-Baskets. These are the major stories on the front page of the newspapers this morning, Veronica.
Right. I believe that our viewers have been updated, and that any story that interests you, you can pick up any of the papers to get more details. We'll quickly move on now. After the break, we will delve into the latest developments on state policing in Nigeria.